scared. I'm completely on my...
A vast building of endless corridors and eerie spectres await the Most Haunted team as they check into America's famous Stanley Hotel.
And this week I've brought my team to a place that's linked to a famous horror writer and to possibly one of the scariest films ever made. This place is filled with ghostly children, phantoms and poltergeist activity. Welcome to Most Haunted and to the Stanley Hotel, Colorado.
Completed in 1909 by Phelan O. Stanley of the Stanley Steamer Motor Company, the Stanley Hotel is located within sight of the Rocky Mountain National Park, offering views of the magnificent Rockies to its guests. It originally catered for the rich and famous, which included world leaders and a whole host of Hollywood A-listers. The hotel also counts the writer Stephen King as one of its illustrious guests. King gained inspiration for his novel The Shining here. Contrary to widely held opinion, King did not write the book here, and nor was the hotel used as the location for Stanley Kubrick's celebrated cinematic adaptation of the novel. After spending time in the area recuperating from tuberculosis, F.O. Stanley dreamed of a world-class resort extolling the virtues of the dry, clean Rocky Mountain air. In 1907, construction began on the Stanley Hotel.
This is the room that Stephen King stayed in whilst visiting the hotel, and it's reported that he saw the ghost of a little boy crying out in a distressed state in the corner of the room. Now, many hotel guests have seen this thing and have been absolutely frozen in terror at this alarming spectacle. Also, the ghost of a maid has been seen walking across the floor, and she seems to disappear in this spot. Now, there have been many famous guests staying in this room, 217, including Jim Carrey. Apparently, in the middle of the night, he phoned reception asking to be moved to a different part of the hotel. Still, to this day, he refuses to reveal what frightened him so much. This is the basement area, out of bounds to hotel guests, and a place that hotel staff do not like to venture. It has an oppressive atmosphere and is said to be haunted by the ghost of a little girl who wanders endlessly around this place. But who was she, and how did she die? The fourth floor is where paranormal activity reaches its crescendo. Unexplained bangs, crashes and strange noises have been heard emanating from within the rooms. Guests have checked out early, complaining that children playing in the corridors have kept them awake at night. But there are no children in the hotel. The eerie sound of a bouncing ball has been heard by guests and staff alike, when there is no such toy to be found.
Given the illustrious history of this iconic hostelry, what has historian Leslie Smith, with the help of the hotel's concierge Billy Ward, uncovered regarding its incredible past?
F.O. Stanley, an extraordinary man with a brilliant mind, he came here because he was told he had tuberculosis, he only had 6 months to live, and it was believed that the mountain air would help him. That was the great treatment for tuberculosis at the time. He came here and built himself an incredible hotel.
Now, what we are most famous for is being the hotel where it was the inspiration for The Shining. They call this the Shining Hotel.
In 1973, a writer came here, a writer by the name of Stephen King, and stayed here one night. In doing so, he got a sense of the isolation of this place, particularly when the snow falls.
While Stephen King and his wife were here with us, they stayed in one of our more famous rooms, room 217. 217 in The Shining is the Red Rum Room. Red Rum, murder spelled backwards. Probably the oldest story in the hotel involves 217. 1917, there's a gas leak. The maid was up there on the second floor lighting lamps. She went to 217, the room blew up. The whole front of the hotel. When that happened, it blew a hole in the floor. The maid fell through the hole. Probably it saved her life. Instead of getting blown up, she fell through the floor. F.O. Stanley, he was such a good guy. He paid all of her bills, all of her medical bills, put her up in the hotel, ended up giving her a raise and a promotion. The maid, her name was Elizabeth Wilson. Mrs. Wilson was so thankful for the way F.O. treated her. She worked for the hotel into the 1950s. Well, it's believed Mrs. Wilson is still with us in the hotel, still up in 217. We still get stories up there quite often. People check in, they'll put their luggage in the room. They'll go out horseback riding or hiking, they'll be gone for a couple hours. You get back to the room, all your clothes are put away in the dresser drawers. That's Mrs. Wilson still doing her job up there.
It is not often the team has the opportunity to investigate such an amazing location that has played host to so many famous people and one that is still playing host to guests today. I asked parapsychologist Dr. Kieran O'Keefe what we should be aware of throughout tonight's investigation.
It's so exciting to be here. I've been a fan of Stephen King since a young boy, and to be here in the hotel that inspired one of his best stories is just fantastic.
I know, and I'm staying in his room.
That's right, in room 217.
How scary is that? I hope nothing happens. Well, I should be saying I want something
to happen. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the haunting straight away, and there are many different ones in different areas of the building. Tell us briefly about them and what excites you about them.
The main focus for the investigation and for any experiments are going to be the fourth floor and some of the rooms in the fourth floor where even some of the crew are staying.
And what intrigues you?
The main thing, which I think everybody's heard of, is the sound of children playing, that exciting sound. And it's hopefully something that we can capture tonight. It's going to need lock-off cameras, it's going to need some auditory equipment.
Now, we're in a difficult situation here at the Stanley Hotel because, of course, it's an open hotel and there are people staying here, they're staying in the rooms. How is that going to affect our investigation?
It's something that the team just has to be aware of. There is going to be lots of extraneous noise coming from the rooms. If we're investigating the fourth floor as a whole, we have to listen out for the noise of TVs, for example, or people just chatting, or even just walking around in their rooms. It's a very creaky floor, that whole fourth floor. But at the end of the day, the Stanley Hotel have been extremely accommodating in giving us access to areas and even encouraging people to try and stay in their rooms when we're conducting investigations. So we just have to be grateful for that.
Joined by medium and psychic artist Brian Shepherd, the Most Haunted team prepare to investigate the Stanley Hotel. What lies in wait for us over the coming hours of our vigils?
Hang on, people have left this room in a hurry, haven't they? Child reaching out, help me.
Really?
Help me. It was quite a traumatic event.
I'm scared, I'm not completely on my own.
What was that?
I'm just moving up.
Not staying.
The Most Haunted team are on the foothills of the Rocky Mountains in the state of Colorado. We're here to carry out a paranormal investigation into the infamous Stanley Hotel, the inspiration for writer Stephen King's chilling book, The Shining. Still very much a working hotel, we begin our inspection of the Stanley with a lit walk-around.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Well,
Do you sense anything as soon as you come into this main area?
you do. There's an immediate energy throughout the area, throughout the room. It is intense. Probably the owners of, you know, the people who actually built this.
And they haunt here, or you just sense that their presence is visiting, or?
No, I think they, if you like, to use that word haunt, because it's very much their domain. It's very much their home. Yeah.
Right, okay.
So there's an emotional connection.
Yeah,
to
an
this
emotional
place.
connection.
And any names with this couple?
An F.
Who?
An F.
An
An
F.
F.
An F.
I don't know.
But they're
I don't
here.
know.
They're here. Checking
They're
in
here.
on the place.
They're here. They own the place. They kind of allowing us, if you like.
To
They
come
still
on.
remain. Their presence is such that it's intense.
Completely different feel here.
Oh.
Huh?
So it's like, where are we? Like gone underground into some.
I know.
Yeah, no, absolutely, into some, you know, well, almost like a cave.
It is, isn't it?
Definitely underground.
What you seeing? What you sensing?
Why would a child be down here?
I've no idea. You tell me.
Playing. Came here and would play. A little girl. 12, 10, 11, 12, 12. 12.
Okay.
12 years old.
Yeah. Can you see what she's wearing? Is she very clear to you? Is she very strong?
It seems to be. It seems to be like a lightweight summer dress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Colour?
Sort of
Can you see
flaring
the
out.
colour?
Blue, like very light, kind of that light baby blue with
Oh,
a stripe in it.
Yeah.
That-
Right,
yeah.
okay. What period is she from? What time period?
30s. 30s maybe.
Okay.
I mean, the clothes are
1930s?
such that.
1930s. Sorry to be.
Yeah,
different.
1930s.
So we've got a little girl called Katie, and they're dressed in 1920s, 1930s with a little summer dress on.
Yeah.
But we need to know what she died of.
Or if not, what she died of. The connection she has to this place.
Yes.
Was she a guest here?
She was connected. She seems to have been connected. Maybe a member of staff, where she would have been. She would have often been here anyway, and would have loved to have come down here.
Right.
You know.
Okay. Well, that makes perfect sense.
That
doesn't
just
it?
feels right,
Right.
to me about, you know,
Okay.
everything feels right about that.
Okay. Well, a completely different look now.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know.
Back to the nice decor.
Yeah.
From the
Also,
basement.
also remind you of the film as well, doesn't it?
Well, no, look around, yeah, these corridors and everything,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Now we're going into the
Super, isn't
infamous. This is an infamous room, and it's
Okay.
infamous for a few reasons. This is my room. I'm sleeping here.
After you.
Well, that must be reason enough, is it?
Do come in, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Now, there's been things happening here, and I want to get to the bottom of it.
Hang on, people have left this room in a hurry, haven't they? Mm-hmm. You haven't.
Not yet.
Yeah, there's a child in the room. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Over here. Child reaching out. Help
Oh.
me.
Really?
Help me. Long clothing. What is it? Like a nightwear, like a nightgown.
Okay.
I don't know what he died of. Only that he passed away, and he was a youngster, just a toddler.
But it sounds like he's trapped.
He's just asking for help. Basically, I don't even know, maybe, that obviously he didn't get it at the time. He wouldn't be standing here now with his arms held out.
Do you think he's
We
here?
can
Can he hear
try.
us now when we're talking?
I'm sure. Listen.
Listen. If there's a little boy here, hello, sweetie, can you make a noise for me? Can you make a noise? Do we know the boy's name?
I cannot be sure of this, but I'm going to just say Billy, okay?
Okay.
There's something else, though, isn't there? There's something else.
Is there?
Well, for a start, my back's freezing cold. Hey, can I just move around a bit or something? What is it, then? God, there was quite traumatic event.
Okay.
There's an explosion. Someone lighting gas. Bang. Floor collapsed. Maybe. Collapses.
Yeah.
A woman involved. A maid.
And she went down
Yeah, through the floor.
and died or injured?
No, injured.
When was this? Can you see? When?
20s or something. Had to be around there. The fact that there's gas in use in the
Yeah.
in the building.
Is she communicating with you, or are you just seeing pictures?
Just that.
Did you hear that then?
Now we're getting that over here
Okay.
now.
Yeah, yeah. That's different from the floorboards. That sounds like a proper little. Are people seeing her?
I think they are.
But why are they seeing her?
I think this woman does. I think she does. She does move around in this room. I think also she's capable of leaving this room and walking the corridors.
And people seeing her in the corridors, you mean?
I think they probably have.
Well, come on. There's another area I want to take you to.
Elizabeth.
Is that
Is
her
it?
name? Elizabeth?
Elizabeth. There are definitely children here, yeah, who play up and down here. You can even hear little taps, boom, boom, of a ball being thrown. Boom, boom, boom. And I guess because of, you know, the length of the corridors, and they like to do that, to throw balls and things and run up and down.
I mean, would it be fantastic,
It'd be
wouldn't it?
perfect for kids playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now something else, you see. Something quite different now. So where are we? What's this room here? There's something about this room.
Okay.
Large figure.
Do you want to go in?
Man. Can we
Yeah,
go
we
in?
can.
I mean, are we...
Yep. We've got the keys for all the haunted rooms, or Kieran has, because he's sick.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, in you go.
Now this is something different. This is something completely different. Large figure, large man. Oh, staying in this room, but staying here often. His room. Yeah, his room. This is my room. But is it your room? My room. He wants us out of it. A titled English gentleman. Very demanding, almost overpowering kind of person.
How old?
50, 60 something maybe.
Okay.
But very, very strong impression then of a man. Also something else, children again, whether it's the same children that were out in the passageway there, the
Yeah.
corridor, but children or a child.
If people stayed here, would they sense the presence of these particular characters? Like, what sort of phenomena would they experience?
So. I think good likelihood of them experiencing it. Yeah, a presence.
Just feeling the presence,
Yeah.
not apparitions, or
Well,
trying to get a sense of what
When
sort
I
of things
walked
they'd
in,
experience.
you know, how can I put this to you? A presence was great. A shape. Not that defined, you know, hazy. But if you want to call it, yeah, if we call it an apparition.
Now, just before we leave the room, let's get Leslie in, and she can tell us, you know, whether you've hit the nail on the head or whether you're miles away. What do
Okay.
you think, Leslie, to what Brian said?
Might as well start logically with this room, if I may, by saying this is Lord Dunraven's room, and that you're absolutely right. This is the aristocrat that you've heard about. This is where Stanley, the man Stanley bought this enormous amount of land from to be able to build it here. Interestingly, he was actually Irish, but you wouldn't know to hear him speak, which is quite often the case with aristocracy across Scotland, Ireland and England. So bang on with that one. With regard to the room that you've been in earlier with the little boy, with Billy, that
217,
yes, the 217 room, that one has very, very often been picked up, the little boy. And in fact, people have been petrified is the right word, frozen with horror. The children running about is extremely common, that one again. And down in the cellar, now I'm interested in that child down in the cellar. Katie is a name that we've had before, given to us. The colour of her dress we haven't had before that I can find particularly, but the timing's about right. I wonder what she's doing down there. And this illness that you describe, you say she has a disease. Tuberculosis was a common disease amongst the young, and there's no question, although this was not a sanatorium, many people came for the fresh air treatment, which was, you know, breathing from the mountains, which is indeed, of course, why it was built in the first place, Stanley coming here. So I wonder if maybe this child had got tuberculosis. Right, it's a thought.
Sure. All right, brilliant. Shall we move on?
We will, thank you.
Our primary exploration of the hotel has revealed a number of interesting characters, with Brian picking up on the presence of a maid by the name of Elizabeth, a young boy called Billy, and the ghost of F.O. Stanley himself. Will any of these spirits manifest themselves in the coming hours as we switch to night vision?
I'm scared. I'm completely on my own.
What was that?
Oh! Just moving on. Not staying. We're not staying there.
The whole group make our way to the ominous room 217 in order to begin the investigation by conducting a séance.
If there's anybody here, if there are any spirit people here in this room, in this building, then please walk towards us now. Please come towards us. Let us know that you're here in this building. There's tapping. Listen. Thought. If there's anybody here, please can you tap very loudly for me? Okay, thank you. How many of you are present here in the room? Can you tap out for me? Tap out the number. There are 2 of you here. Can you please tap twice for yes, once for no? Are there 2 of you here? Yes. Who are they, Brian? Do you know? Oh, was that somebody tapping their feet? That was really under the table.
That was close to us. Billy. Yeah. Is it Billy? I'm going to say Billy.
Can you copy my feet? You ready? Listen to this. 1, 2, 3. Copy my feet. Fantastic. You're brilliant. Do you know were you very poorly when you died? Yes, I bet you were.
Shall we take
Listen. Wait, I just heard that.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Distant. Billy, was that you making the noise with your voice earlier on? That was you, that, wasn't it, Brian? I thought I heard Brian, you just went like that.
No, darling, I did not.
Didn't sound like Brian.
I heard that.
Bloody hell. That was a man.
I heard that, yeah.
Now.
I heard it over here first.
Oh, my.
What's the matter?
Amazing. Sorry.
Did you hear that?
Oh, I heard that.
Is this a child or is this someone pretending to be?
No. Oh, table's moving.
Table's moving. I mean,
As far as I know, we're definitely dealing with
distance
a child.
between the tables is a good couple of inches.
Who else is in this room? There are 2 people in this room, you said at the beginning. Who is the other one?
Table's moving.
Make yourself known, please, sir. I know you're a man. Make yourself known, please. Make that noise again with your voice. Let's try the glass with this one. Yeah? If there's a gentleman present here with us now, a man, please, can you tell us who you are? Why, doesn't... Yeah. Do you mean us harm, sir? Do you mean us harm? What does that say? I can't read.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. You don't like us in this room, do you, doing this?
Again, did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah, it's getting it.
Yeah, I just don't like it. What does that say?
I don't know. What does it say?
What does it say?
Help.
Oh, dear.
Billy, are you trying to talk to us? I don't think you can. I don't think Billy
I
can.
think he's moving the glass in circles.
It's all right, Billy.
Oh,
What's the matter?
Jesus, I just got a shock off somebody.
Is it off
No,
me?
it's just electric shock.
Well, there's something definitely here.
The initial tappings, along with the movement of the glass, signal to us that the spirits are prepared to communicate with us. But over the extent of the night, what form might that communication take?
Ah! I'm going to that side. What happened? Just move it.
The Most Haunted team are in the state of Colorado investigating the Stanley Hotel. Brian has already sensed a number of spirits who have a strong attachment to the hotel. Will they make themselves known to us as we split into two groups? Kieran, Brian, Kath and Leslie are conducting a vigil in room 217, while Carl, Stuart and I are hoping to make contact with the spirit of Lord Dunraven, the Irish peer said to haunt room 401.
Good evening, Your Lordship. I hope you can hear us. If you can you make a noise for us, please? I'm calling out to the spirit of the Lord. What's that?
What?
Can you hear it? Where's it coming from? It's like bang, 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 bang.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, was it in the wardrobe?
Wait. Do you hear it?
Yes. What? That sounded like screaming.
No, it didn't sound like screaming to me. There it is. It's getting louder. It's getting louder. Where is that coming from?
From the bathroom.
What's the matter?
Just sort of saw someone standing right next to Stuart then. Well, right, when you opened that door to your, which was you, your left. Yeah. My left too, because you had your back to me. It seemed like someone was standing next to you. I thought it was your shadow at first, but...
Did you hear that, Carl?
I came up here before to get some shoes for Yvette, and it was in the daytime. And I opened the door and put my head in, ran in, spotted where the shoes were, ran back out straight away. Flash, quick.
I mean, do you remember we've had grown men asking to change the room in the middle of the night?
Why did you do that? Did you have the fear? Just the fear of the room?
I didn't know anything about this place, really.
Just didn't like the feel of it.
Yeah.
You see, the floorboards are creaky now, and it's very late, so with the exception of the last of the staff, there's no sign of anybody being in. The bar's been closed a long time. So with luck, although the floor's creepy, a vast majority of noises will be with us.
Localised around us, yeah.
What's the story with the jewellery event?
I'm supposed to leave your wedding ring, aren't you, on the
Wedding
top?
jewellery, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was his wedding. Is it just having
Wearing jewellery.
it goes missing?
Where are you supposed to leave it?
I don't know. On here, is
Well,
it?
should I take this off then?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
Okay. We have some nice jewellery for you here. Do you want to come and take it? Come on, you come and take it.
I've got the camera is actually locked off on that, so we can see it.
Yeah. Is that you then, Stuart?
I didn't do anything of that.
Was it?
No, definitely not me. No.
Is that you then, Stuart? Is that you then, Stuart? Cold feeling.
In your shoulder?
My shoulder. Put a hand on my shoulder.
Oh dear. This is where you feel her?
Yeah, just...
Do you feel the explosion?
Of course.
You can feel
Just
the impact of it?
just sudden, do you know, like a flash. Yeah. And then black.
Do you still visit the room?
Elizabeth?
Wasn't you we heard Elizabeth earlier? Wasn't you?
Maybe she comes and checks. The maids have done. You know, maybe she comes and checks.
Checks and
She's still spot checks still in.
Ah, exactly. That's probably it.
Hang on, I just thought of something. Yvette keeps constantly complaining about things in this room being moved.
Yeah, her clothes.
Yeah,
everything.
That's right. Clothes must be
You know, why would anybody pick a clothes out of the case and throw them around the bed if it...
And the housekeeping here, they don't do that. They're in, they're out, and that's it.
Yeah.
Don't touch your clothes in the case, aren't they?
So I wonder if it is her.
Right.
Can hear anybody singing?
Yeah, that's the voice, like a tune
Yeah.
of some sort.
Music is heard in here.
Yeah, that's what
It's one of the greatest manifestation of this building. Is music.
Music, somebody singing.
I heard a tune. That's why I stopped and said, "Oh, I heard something."
That's it.
Yeah.
Don't touch your clothes in the case, aren't they?
So I wonder if it is her. Can
Right.
hear anybody singing? That's it.
Yeah.
Don't touch your clothes in the case, aren't they?
So I wonder if it is her.
Right.
Can hear anybody singing?
I tell you what, if there are any spirits of any children that can hear my voice, come and play. Come and play. Come on. And Stuart and Carl are very good at playing.
What was that?
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 What was that? Yeah, I could have sworn that door was just open there.
Where are you looking, pal? This one?
That door was slightly ajar. I could have sworn I heard something.
It's like tapping. Like really faint tapping on the floor.
Sure it wasn't no one walking by.
It just fell out. Tip taps fell out.
With supposed paranormal activity building in both rooms, we decide to expand the investigation. Kath, Kieran, Leslie and I venture down into the depths of the Stanley Hotel's basement. Stuart sets up locked-off cameras to observe Brian Shepherd as he creates some psychic art in room 401, while Carl investigates the pet cemetery in the grounds of the hotel.
I'm on my own in the wood. Trouble is, I'm hearing noises. I really don't like it. Hello? I'm scared. I'm not completely on my own. There's my view. Is anyone there? Oh, what was that? I'm absolutely petrified. Just moving over. I'm not staying there. Something's following me.
Katie, do you want to play? Let's play a game. If I throw a stone.
Oh, what was that?
Did something move?
No.
Or maybe you're moving your feet.
No, I'm in exactly the same position.
Did you hear something move?
Did you not hear? Was it my heel doing that?
Oh, could have been that, yeah.
That was quite interesting. Did you hear that?
Was that in here?
Well, I think
Was
it
that from above?
No, that didn't sound like above.
It sounded
We've
like
been picking off the ones from above.
in here, like a rustle of paper. Did you not hear it, Kieran?
No, I
Like
heard
a-
some more.
Yes, I heard that.
Listen again, it's there.
Is there someone? Is there someone? Oh. God, serious.
Believing that a spirit has manifested itself before him, Brian calls on other members of the investigation team. What further shocks are in store for us in this most haunted of hotels?
Ah! I'm not going to see. What? Oh, keep going over there.
The Most Haunted team are deep into an investigation into the Stanley Hotel in Colorado. After experiencing strange happenings in room 401, Brian, along with Carl and Stuart, are concentrating their efforts on this very curious room.
I was sitting here, just drawing away.
Yes.
Blew me, you know. It was cold as hell in here. I stand up. There's a dark figure standing in the doorway.
Right.
I just couldn't believe it. Yeah, no, exactly where you are.
Well,
You did the lock-off, didn't
yeah,
you?
no,
Inside.
I made sure the lock-off near my bed was on a full long shot of the door so you could see the top and bottom, and there was a lock-off inside that closet area as well.
How wide did the door open? Right.
How wide? It opened wide enough for me to discern a shape within it. Yeah, whoa, yeah.
There?
Yeah. I know. Pretty dark anyway.
Well, actually, you couldn't even stand in there, could you?
Oh, well, I don't know. But anyway, there was a shape. There was a shape that interacted with that inside the door, so you could see something was stood there. There's a presence in this room, or that would not have happened.
Come on, do something else.
Come
Open
on,
the
if you-
door again.
If you're still here, if that presence is still here, then do something. Prove it to us.
Touch one of us. Ah! I'm going to that, sir.
What happened?
What happened? Something just hit me hand there.
Hit your head?
Yeah.
You right?
What's going on?
What was it?
I don't know.
Yeah, because there was a metallic sound.
Well, something's landed on the floor then, hasn't it? So...
Okay, throw something else.
Well, I think it's a key.
A key?
It felt like a
Felt
key.
like what the
'cause it
sharpness
it
of
was
a key, sort of. Yeah.
like a big key, like, you see, it felt weighting, well, you know. What's what?
The door's going to open, not the door.
Oh, Stu.
What? Where is? What?
Is that it? That's your bracelet.
Oh, my bracelet. Have I had that before?
No, it wasn't. It was on the top.
No, it wasn't. It was on the side.
It was, wasn't it? It was on the air. We locked it off.
Saw it.
Did you, hang on, did you lock this, was this door locked? If it hit your head and went through a solid door, or was this door shut all the time when we were in here?
I honestly don't know. Have you just opened this door?
Oh, it's freezing cold. God, why haven't we got the thermal imager?
You know?
Feel that?
No, it is. It's absolutely.
That's freezing,
it's like
that.
in a fridge or something.
That's cold. That's icy cold.
The hell is that?
Hello?
Hello? Who's that?
That door's moving. Hold on. Hello? Is anyone out there?
Did you get that on camera?
Is anyone out there?
Bloody doors.
There's no one out there. There's no one there. It's completely empty. The lights are on. This is completely empty.
What the hell was that then?
They did move though, the doors. If you can, do it again. Move the door. If you're outside this room, move that door.
Brian, go and have a look.
Hang on.
Right, well,
Let's go, hang on.
it's definitely.
That is definitely copy. There's no one on that side.
There's no one down that side. There's no one up there. That's locked.
Nothing.
There's no one there. There's no one that side. There's no one that side.
Well, there isn't.
And did you see anything? In that crash, nothing.
It's whatever's on this corridor, isn't it?
We heard it earlier.
It's whatever's on this corridor of doing that.
Yeah.
And whatever's doing that, it threw that bracelet in my head.
Can't you feel it? Can't you feel it? It's different now.
Oh,
You
yeah,
start to...
the energies have just gone woof in the air. Okay, let's go back outside.
Okay, I'm going to turn this light off here.
Yeah. Should we lock that camera off in this door for a sec, Carl?
See what I do actually. Put it on there.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're there.
Right, I'm not going to get a full wide shot, but enough for us to.
No, we're all accounted for.
Yeah. I'm at the side of this camera.
I've got you there.
Brian, put your hand in there, mate. Brian's there.
Brian.
Okay, I'm here.
And Carl is over there. That's fine.
Do you know? I think it's you, Brian. It's the energy you're bringing into this that's causing it.
Whoa.
No, hang on. Straight away.
Out there and have a look.
I can't get any quicker out there than that. 1, 2, and I'm going up the stairs there. That is locked up there. You would have heard that. There's no way anybody could run down the length of that corridor or that corridor. Absolutely no way.
Verify that, all right.
Nothing at all.
No way anything could have made it down that corridor in
You
that time.
was out there within 1.5 seconds, 2 max, from when that door rattled, Cal. There's no way anyone, if it had been human, they could have got either end of them corridors.
Can you try it? Can you do it? And I'm going to see if I can get you. Yeah. Let's try and get this timing
Stand in
about
the same
right. Okay.
position.
I was back here. You do.
I'm now going to do the door.
All right, you. All right.
Right, and somebody's out there. Gotcha. I can look at that. Look.
There you go. And not only that, did you notice something else? When the door went, because of this crack and, and the light allowance, I saw him.
You saw him.
We continued to investigate this magnificent hotel until the first guests began to rise from their slumber. Tired and in need of sleep ourselves, we concluded our investigation, pleased with the activity we had witnessed. However, what does the ever-sceptical Dr. Kieran O'Keefe make of the strange goings-on in the Stanley Hotel?
There were a number of investigations conducted in room 401. Brian started to do some psychic art. At one point you see the door open very slightly. Brian doesn't react because remember, he's doing this psychic art in the dark. When it opens some more, he realises, rushes out.
Oh! God, shoes.
This is very impressive evidence. Impressive because at least we have 2 lock-off cameras. We have one in the closet and one pointing at the door, and you get the full length of the door. On other vigils, there was less impressive phenomena captured. The girls and myself went down to the basement. At one point, Yvette is calling out, and she hears what sounds like a whine. The ceiling of the basement, it's the main reception area of the hotel. It's wooden, so you can hear people moving around. You can hear every single noise as clear as day. So we can't discount the possibility it could have been perfectly natural sound. All in all, Most Haunted's investigation of the Stanley Hotel, I think, was a very impressive investigation.
The Most Haunted investigation into the Stanley Hotel has been an unforgettable experience. Again, we have encountered unexplainable events of an eerie nature. But have we proved beyond doubt that those from beyond the grave have the power to interact with the living? It's up to you to decide. Until next time, sleep tight.
And make sure you're watching next week as the team come back to Blighty and in particular to Bolton to investigate a peculiar white mist. Next tonight, though, Living Dead continues as our psychic investigative duo, Julie and Bobby, attempt to make contact with the spirit of the American road trip murderer who inspired the movie Natural Born Killers. Charles Starkweather is the subject of all new Conversations with a Serial Killer right after the break.